Most people believe they're bad with money because they don't earn enough. They think, if I just made more money, everything would be fine. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people who fail with money would still fail even if their income doubled tomorrow. Because money problems are not income problems, they're pattern problems. Section 1. The money illusion. We're taught that money is about math, budgeting, percentages, saving. But if math was the issue, everyone with a calculator would be rich. Two people earn the same salary, live in the same city, face the same costs. One builds wealth, the other stays stuck forever. The difference isn't intelligence, it isn't discipline. It's how their brain reacts the moment money enters the picture. Section 2. Pattern 1. Short-term relief. The human brain is wired for survival, not for long-term planning. When stress hits, the brain wants relief. Now. So, money becomes comfort, a meal, a purchase, a small reward. Not because people are irresponsible, but because spending works. It lowers emotional pressure instantly. The problem is, future consequences feel invisible compared to present relief. So, security is sacrificed for comfort. Again and again. Section 3. Pattern 2. Lifestyle inflation. Here's a dangerous moment in everyone's financial life. When income increases, a raise, a promotion, a new job, instead of saving the difference, life quietly expands. Better food, better phone, better car, more subscriptions. Not because people want luxury, but because identity upgrades faster than discipline. They don't feel richer, they just feel normal again, so more money doesn't solve the problem. It feeds it. Section 4. Pattern 3. Avoidance. One of the most common money habits is not spending, it's avoiding. Avoiding bank apps, avoiding credit card statements, avoiding conversations, because numbers feel judgmental. But avoidance doesn't reduce stress, it multiplies it. Bills grow quietly, interest compounds silently, and anxiety lives in the background every single day. Ignoring money doesn't make it disappear, it gives it control. Section 5. Pattern 4. Social pressure. Most people don't spend money based on logic. They spend based on comparison. Think about it. You see a friend post a new gadget, a fancy dinner, or a weekend getaway. Or a coworker drives a car you've always admired. Social media constantly shows what normal looks like, except it's not normal. It's curated. Highlight reels. And here's the trap. You start measuring your life against someone else's best moments. Your financial reality, your actual bills, debts, and savings gets ignored. Instead, spending becomes a performance. A way to signal that you're keeping up. You buy the things you don't need. Upgrade the lifestyle you can't really afford. It doesn't feel wrong in the moment because status feels good. Compliments, likes, attention, they all give instant satisfaction. But the problem is long-term. The debt quietly grows. Savings fall behind. Stress builds in the background. The very thing that makes you feel successful today, buying to impress, slowly erodes your financial stability tomorrow. Here's the key. Status is temporary, but financial security compounds over time. Breaking free from social pressure isn't about never enjoying life. It's about being deliberate. Compare less. Decide more. Spend for value, not validation. Because when you stop spending to keep up, you finally start keeping up with your own financial goals, not someone else's highlight reel. Section 6. Pattern 5. No systems. Most people manage money the way they try to stick to a diet or exercise routine, with motivation. I'll start saving tomorrow. I just need to be disciplined. Here's the problem. Motivation is unreliable. It fades. It fluctuates. It disappears when life gets hard. Some days you feel inspired to track every expense. Other days, the bills pile up and you ignore them. Relying on willpower alone is like trying to row a boat upstream during a storm. Eventually, you'll get exhausted and the boat drifts. Now, notice the difference with people who actually win with money. They don't rely on motivation at all. They remove decisions, they build systems, automation, rules, habits that happen whether they feel like it or not. For example, their paycheck hits the bank and savings automatically move into investments. Bills get paid automatically before they can even think about spending the money. They follow a spending framework instead of deciding each time, can I afford this? It's not magic, it's design. They set up their life so that emotion doesn't get a vote. When you remove the constant pressure of choice, progress becomes inevitable. Think about it. A gym goer who only exercises when motivated will struggle. But one who schedules workouts, packs their gym bag in advance, and sets reminders, they automatically follow through. The same principle works for money. Without systems, even a good income can vanish. With systems, even modest earnings can grow steadily. Here's the truth. Managing money isn't about being disciplined or motivated all the time. It's about making decisions once and letting the system do the rest. It's about building a life where your money works for you, not where you constantly fight with it. So if you want to win financially, stop relying on willpower. Start building rules, automation, and habits that move you forward no matter how you feel. Because when emotion doesn't get a vote, progress becomes inevitable. Section 7. The real shift. Here's the truth that most people don't realize. Money failure isn't a character flaw. It's not about being lazy. It's not about being bad with money. It's not even about discipline. Most of the time, what we call failure is just a loop. A pattern repeated so often, it starts to feel like destiny. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, next month I'll save, I'll cut back on spending? And then, life happens. Unexpected bills, a stressful week, a small reward here or there. And the pattern repeats, month after month, year after year. The crazy thing is, these patterns are invisible. You don't see them, you don't even realize you're trapped in them. That's why awareness is so powerful. Not knowing why you fail keeps the loop going. But the moment you see the pattern, everything changes. Maybe you notice that every time you get paid, part of it disappears into unnecessary spending. Maybe you see that you avoid checking your accounts until it's too late. Maybe social pressure is secretly shaping all your purchases. Once you notice the pattern, you gain a choice. You can interrupt it, you can design a new loop. And the small changes compound over time. Savings grow, stress decreases, confidence rises. Awareness is the first real form of wealth. Before spreadsheets, before budgets, before investments, before anything else. Because here's the secret. When you see the loops, you stop being a victim of your habits. You stop letting invisible patterns control your life. And suddenly, the path to financial freedom, once hidden, becomes clear and achievable. So if you want to change your finances, start here. Notice the pattern. Name it. Interrupt it. Because no amount of income, no motivational quote, no magic hack will work if the loop stays invisible. Awareness isn't just the start of financial freedom, it is financial freedom. If you want to change your finances, don't start with spreadsheets. Start by asking one question. What pattern do I repeat every month without noticing? Because once the pattern breaks, everything else follows.